Hello, I'm Ross, and I'm going to show you how you can use drab to provide JavaScript functionality when it's useful in your web development projects. Drab is a library of custom elements, so you can use these elements with a framework, without one, or even directly in a markdown file. These components will work regardless of your project's architecture. It does not use the shadow DOM, so you can style these elements and the content within them as usual with CSS. Since you provide the HTML within each element, these elements can take advantage of what JavaScript frameworks really excel at, which is creating reusable markup that can be server-side rendered. With typical web components, you're rendering a lot of the elements inside them. With JavaScript, these elements have you provide the markup so there's no layout shift and you can render all of the HTML on the server. Each element can be imported, extended, named, used however you see fit. Drab has no dependencies, so there's a minimal bundle size. You don't have to write JavaScript to use Drab. They can be authored entirely through HTML attributes and adding a script tag to your document, or you can write JavaScript and install it as an NPM package. Drab has built-in animations with the Web Animations API, and Drab is open source. If you find a bug or have an idea, feel free to create an issue on GitHub. So let's get started. How would we add Drab to one of our projects? I've got a index.html page here, and we're going to work on adding the copy element to our page here. So let's get set up. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to install Drab. So we're going to say bun add as a development dependency Drab. And then we'll start up our dev server. I'm using Bun. Drab works with any package manager, npm, pnpm, nothing special there. And this is a Vite project that I'm spinning up to demonstrate. So the simplest way you can get started with Drab is in your client-side JS file, you can import Drab, and then whatever element you're trying to import, you can pick. And then that will give you the actual class. So you can see we have copy and copy attributes, which you can use to type your components. We can get copy, which will give us the actual copy class, which we could define ourselves. Or if you're okay with having your element named drab copy, you can import drab slash copy slash define. And then this file automatically defines your element for you. So that's an easier way, and that's all the JavaScript code we need to write to use this element inside of our HTML. So we'll go into here, say we create a button element, and we will give it a class just to get some styles on there. And we want it to be able to copy. So how might we do this? Typically, we'd have to write some client-side JavaScript and use our browser APIs. We'd use the clipboard, write text functionality, and write an event handler. Well, Drab takes all that work out of the writing JavaScript and puts it into your HTML. So we're going to wrap this element with the Drab copy element. And for each custom element, there's often a trigger and then a piece of content that is associated with each of them. And each element uses data attributes as the default selectors. So we can add data trigger, and that will automatically make our button the trigger for this drab copy element. And then finally, we need to add a value. So we're going to add in just text to copy, and we can save. And then let's check to make sure this works. So I'm going to click on this, and we've copied that text. And that's all the code we need to write to have a working copy button. What if we want to make this a little more interesting? Say we want to change the text from copy to copied. We can add in some content. So we're going to say copy which will be our data content. And then we can add in a template tag. And a template tag is just a tag in HTML that is not visible from the start, but contains some content that we might use JavaScript to access. And we can provide the data swap attribute to make that our text that will change into, copy will now change into copied when we click on the element. So let's try that out. You can see we've copied it now. So that's a quick getting started with Drab. Please let me know what you think of the library in the comments. And please like this video if you enjoyed, and I'll know to make more videos like this. Thank you.